Hi guys, Sages here, and welcome to another episode of, well, let's take a look at inheriting abilities, shall we? Unfortunately, the graphical stuff that I was working on just had a lot of bugs right now and just wasn't looking that great, so I decided to kind of go around that for this episode because I really wanted to talk about breaker skills, which are really nice abilities that can help you get advantages over other weapons. And, well, if you ever wanted to beat Takumi, one second, I have Robin here. I mean, Robin's kind of a nice counter to Takumi, but I guess we should talk about making your own anti-Takumi units, because Takumi is still a thing, and I guess Hector as well if you really want to try and fight him, although I don't know how well it'll work out, but hey, let's try it out, shall we? So first off and foremost, we're going to go kind of alphabetical in a way, and work our way downward to try and get you guys some skills. And again, we're going with efficiency, meaning one, where we're going to be going with the characters that usually have the least amount of feathers, unless of course that character is an event character, in which case I will tell you how to get them even if they aren't at a certain threshold. You know, even if they aren't 4 stars, I'm gonna have to tell you how to get it, but I will inform you, you know, certain characters. So, let's start off with Axebreaker. Axebreaker is a pretty reliable skill against axes, and for those who don't know, that means after you... I'll just get in here and get to Laszlo and show you. So, Laszlo gains access to Axebreaker at 4 stars, and at the maximum rank, if the unit's HP is greater than 50% in combat, or equal to, I guess. Well, no, wait. Yeah, greater or equal to. I guess that makes sense. Combat against an axe unit, blah blah blah, makes a unit makes a follow-up attack, and the foe cannot. Pretty basic, nothing too crazy there. I can't talk today for some reason, but still, Axebreaker can be gotten from Laszlo here, and I guess you could use it against Hector. I don't know if that would be a great line of defense against him, because either way, he's still gonna come through you and probably do a lot of damage. But, I mean, it does help you with at least having some capabilities to stop him from countering and hopefully not doing a ton of damage. He can, of course. I'm fairly sure Hector will still probably be a bit of a problem there, but hey, you know what? That's what you got. So, next up is actually a character that I'm pretty sure I talked about last time. I don't... let's see here. I know I have some 4 stars of him, her. Sorry, her. That was the joke. Anyways. Oh, man. So, Setsuna. And Setsuna is a character you can actually get as a freebie unit from the daily rotation thing that happens. In fact, let's go check and see what today's unit is. Maybe we'll get lucky and it'll be topical. Nope, it's Felicia. Granted, though, Felicia, if you do get her, again, Felicia's a good unit to get for Breath of Life. So, anyways, let's see. Learn skills, let's go. So, Setsuna is the only unit, and this is something that happens with a lot of breaker abilities, but mostly Setsuna is your character if you want to kind of get an edge over, say, Takumi. Because, well, why not? Because she has access to Bowbreaker, and she gets Bowbreaker 3 at 4 stars, meaning that you can directly inherit this right now to whatever unit you want to try and take on Takumi, I guess. Or any other archer who may be causing you problems. But mostly, I'm going to say it's probably to fight against Takumi, because, well, Takumi is a jerk, and he screams a lot. I don't know what he's going on about, but he keeps calling me Nori and scum, and I would really wish he would stop doing that, because he has more teen angst than any hot topic I can imagine. Okay, so, next up... Oh god, I'm dying. Anyways, I don't know what's going on. But anyways, our next one is actually something that is rather rare, because Blue Tome, the Blue Tome Breaker is actually only right now on one character, and that is, well, that's female Robin, and she was only available during a single grand battle that lasted about a week or two, and unfortunately, Until that rolls around again, we can't really get her. But if you do happen to have her and you want to get rid of some Blue Tome units, she does have Blue Tome Breaker 3 at 4 stars. And she's unfortunately the only character that I can think of that actually has the ability right now. So that's kind of a bummer. But enough about that. Let's go to Dagger Breaker. And Dagger Breaker shares in something that's kind of common with a lot of these Breaker units, and that it only comes from one unit right now. And that, of course, is, well, where is it? This is my own Kagero. I do apologize. Well, actually, no, this is my 4-star Kagero that I need to probably just feed to my other Kagero for SP because I'm desperate. I need it, please. I need my fix. Anyways, I don't know what that was, but still, Dagger Breaker 3, it comes from Kagero, and it comes from Kagero at 4 stars. This one actually requires a bit more luck because I think Kagero can only spawn as a 4-star and a 5-star unit, so therefore, yeah, you're gonna need to be aware of that. A little bit of a problem, but can't really do too much against it. Does give Kagero an advantage against other dagger users, but I mean, the only other dagger user I've really run into in Arena is another Kagero, so yeah, it's just mostly a whole game of who attacks first. Okay, let's talk about, let's hope I can find him. Yes, the other sociopath in Awakening who actually is a likable character. I'm kidding, Tharja, don't kill me. Still, though, here is Henry, and Henry gains access to Green Tome Breaker at 4 stars in case you need to deal with Julia, or Nino, I guess. I don't really know if they would be too much trouble, but Green Tome Breaker, there you go. Easy enough to get. We'll probably have to deal with, you know, maybe more powerful Green Tome users as time goes on. Now, next up, we actually have Lance Breaker, which might be helpful against, say, Effie, or even, you know, some of the more troublesome ones like Cordelia, or, oh god. And just so we're clear before people start asking, hey, what about, you know, Dragonstone users? They have their own. It's Dragon Killer. You have to kind of get a unit that has that, because I don't think there's actually something that combats them, but I could be wrong. I may have missed it. Anyways, so, Lancebreaker actually comes in from 2 characters, but there's a bit of a hitch. The first character is Arthur here. Arthur, of course, with HP plus 5, also has Lancebreaker, but you may notice right here, it is a 5-star. It is a 5-star, meaning that you have to get him all the way up to 5 stars. Not helpful, not very great. But I guess I'll mention the hitch, and the other character that has it, unfortunately I do not have them because they were a Grand Battle unit, and I just started this account around the time that they were released, and that would be Narcian. And Narcian has Lancebreaker 5, Lancebreaker 3 at 4 stars instead of 5. Numbers, apparently. I just can't do them. Blah! Oh, okay. Recording software. Thank you for that. New cord's coming here on Monday. I'm happy. Amazon finally sent it. I'm proud of them for finally doing something that was, you know, useful. Now, where is my pre-order for Persona 5? Because you canceled it. That was weird. Still, nonetheless. Alright, oh yes, Odin. We're going to talk about Red Tome users and how to deal with them, shall we? So, for Odin, along with, you know, kind of having some really nice abilities and Defiant Attack, granted, Defiant Attack 3 at 5 stars, but still, and of course Moonbow, which is a really nice, you know, small countdown ability. We also have Red Tome Breaker, which he gains at 4 stars and allows him to have an advantage over Red Tome users. I don't really know if there are too many Red Tome users that are too much of a problem right now, but I mean, if you want to have something that can help out and typically deal with those little troublesome units that you might find out in the field, by all means, bring along Red Tome Breaker, shall we? And finally, we have one more unit to look at, and this is actually something that we've gone over before in some of my other videos, and that is actually a fairly useful skill because, well, there's a lot of these units out there, and that is Swordbreaker. And these, this actually comes from Abel at the easiest method of getting it, at least Swordbreaker 3, because he gains it at 4 stars, much like other units. But if you don't have Abel, because I'm fairly sure Abel can only spawn as 4 stars or 5-star units, instead you can also go with, I guess, the cheaper alternative, but you won't be getting that huge advantage of the third rank of it. So let me go find Sully. Where are you, Sully? Do I not have any? Okay, there you are. Sully also has access to it, but of course, has the disadvantage of it only being available at 5 stars. So there you go. Those are all the breaker abilities, and you know, if you want to take down a Takumi, I would say that Setsuna is actually a pretty good commodity now. If outside of being an interesting character, she can also be sacrificed to a god. And I don't know how well Axebreaker would do against, say, Hector, but it might give you an advantage if you decide to use it. So, breaker skills are fairly powerful, but remember, apparently I can't talk at all. Remember, you do need to keep your health above a certain level for that unit, so perhaps maybe bring a healer along in case you need to maintain that threshold. So it's never a bad idea to bring a healer along, and of course I'm going to go back to actually leveling because now that my parents are gone, I can actually take the time to do so. I might just try summoning a little bit. I kind of want to try, but I don't know if I should. Guys, help. Guys, help.